Live from Fox 39 and your home team, Eyewitness News at 9 starts now.
District 2 in unison route to Don Carter. The active 1078 on scene there for police. Just stage for now. Sounds like masked casualties there.
Good evening, I'm Alexis. Carpello. We'll share more details in just a moment on Don Carter Lane's mass shooting last night. But first, breaking news coming into our newsroom. President Trump signs the COVID-19 relief bill. This comes after a week-long delay and hours before the federal government shutdown. The package will include $600 checks for Americans who make less than $75,000 a year. All right, now on to the latest from the mass shooting at Don Carter Lane's. Police calling it a random attack. 3 people are dead, 3 others wounded, including teenagers simply trying to pick up food from the restaurant. We'll hear from those inside in just a moment. First, here's what we know about the suspect. Take a good look at your screen. That's 37-year-old Duke Webb, a Special Forces Assistant Operations and Intelligence Sergeant from Florida, who police say opened fire in and outside of Shooters. That's the restaurant inside the bowling alley on East State Street. Investigators tell us they caught him within minutes of the first 911 call, saying it took longer than expected because he tried to disguise himself. Officers say he had at least 2 guns. Here's a look at the scene at around 6:30 last night, where you can see police officers from multiple departments in and out of the building. Investigators say 3 men were shot and killed. They were 65, 69, and 73 years old. 2 teens and a 62-year-old man were also shot. The man is in critical condition, suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. We're told the 14-year-old boy was shot in the face, the 16-year-old girl shot in the shoulder. The chief describing the attack as senseless.
Our hearts go out to the family members of all 6 victims in this tragedy. I want to end my comments with, I cannot thank the men and women from law enforcement who made this tragedy a lot less than it could have been.
The city tells us the business was operating legally, saying that the bowling alley was closed. However, the restaurant was open for what's considered outdoor dining, since they have the proper airflow allowed by the health department. The 2 teens who were shot were picking up a to-go order. Tonight, we're also hearing from those who were inside at the time of the attack, hiding as they feared for their lives, while the gunmen continued to open fire. Michelle Rave explains the way their quick thinking may have allowed them to tell their story today.
It was just 15 minutes of terror.
Amanda Hollenbach and Matthew Ryder say they will never forget the moment they almost lost their lives.
First shot went off and then you heard another 3 rounds and it was just like, okay, like right then and there it set in for everyone, like we gotta hide. And as we started hiding, like the shots got closer and closer.
Thinking on their feet, the couple went to hide and called 911.
We were hiding behind a wooden crate. There was no bullet protection, you know. We were hiding, but, you know, people were screaming, people were crying. By this point in time, the second or third set of shots had gone off already. He was starting to fire multiple times, 5, 6 rounds at a time. It's had to be between a dozen and 2 dozen shots in total the entire evening.
Fearing the worst, the couple began calling their loved ones.
While he was shooting, I was on the phone with my mom. I was like, Mom, I love you. There's an active shooter. I gotta go, but I want you to know I love you.
They say scenes from the shooting will always be imprinted into their memory.
There was blood going all the way out into the parking lot. Like
There was a dead body right on the top of the
we had to
stairs
walk right past it.
The suspect now behind bars.
And we'll always remember those people, even if we don't even know each other's names. I'll never forget those people that were on that balcony with us. Never.
The couple say they will forever be thankful to all the first responders.
The second I saw a police officer, I knew we were going to be okay. They did their jobs and they did it well. I cannot stress that enough. They really did, and I'm thankful for them. They saved our lives.
Reporting in Rockford for your home team, I'm Michelle Rave.
We spoke with a man who says his friend was one of the victims of last night's mass shooting. Jamarian Simmons is devastated by the loss of this man right here, Jerome Woodfork. Simmons said Woodfork was an avid bowler in the Rockford community, was a regular at Don Carter Lanes. He describes Woodfork as a compassionate and caring.
Jerome was a legend. He was a friend to everybody. He was loved. He was respected, and he was somebody that everybody wanted to be like.
Simmons says the bowling community is devastated by the loss. The owner of Don Carter Lanes, Brad Summers, sent us a statement saying, quote, "The Don Carter Lanes family and the entire bowling community is in shock by this act of pure evil. Our collective prayers go out for the families of the victims. God, please help them all." Residents are mourning the tragedy tonight, holding a prayer circle where police tape surrounded the bowling alley less than 24 hours ago. Dylan Siraki shares it was a somber scene outside of Don Carter Lanes.
One of the first things I saw was a Facebook post that Don Carter Lanes had made that just said, "Please pray."
Local religious leaders come together in prayer following the mass shooting at Don Carter Lanes Saturday night.
We just want to make sure that people understand that this is not normal, and we're not going to normalize it. Not just going to let it be another statistic, oh, another shooting happened. No, lives were lost and families are traumatized.
Pastor Violet Joniker from Brook Road United Methodist Church helped organize the vigil. For her, the tragedy hit especially close to home.
Our hearts were broken, like so many in the community that just couldn't believe this would happen in a place where we live. Such senseless violence. My husband is a bowler, has bowled here many times, and knew some of the folks whose lives were lost yesterday, and so we're brokenhearted and grieving for their families.
Both Joniker and Pastor K. Edward Copeland from New Zion Baptist Church say members of the faith community have a key role to play in helping to reduce violent crime throughout the city. But first, they want to help those still mourning.
We don't ever ask anybody to skip that step of grief.
Somehow or another, we're going to turn our grief into action and try to make sure things like this don't continue to happen.
Another vigil will be held in the parking lot of Don Carter Lanes Tuesday night at 6:30. In Rockford, for your home team, I'm Dylan Siraki.
The Boone County Sheriff's Office is also mourning the loss of one of their canines. Around 1:30 this morning, this squad car right here was struck by a drunk driver on I-90. Boone County Deputy Robert Rosencrantz was out for a traffic stop. His canine Loki was still in the vehicle. Loki was transported to the emergency vet clinic in Rockford, where he later passed. Deputy Rosencrantz has minor injuries. Janesville police arrest a man for pointing a gun at another vehicle while driving. It happened on Milton Avenue and Blackbridge Road. 25-year-old Lucas Kester was arrested. He faces charges of disorderly conduct while armed and reckless driving. Coming up, more details on the explosion in Nashville and the man who was responsible.
And our temperatures for us this afternoon made it into the 40s, 46 degrees today, but then we had snow come down this evening. That has moved out when our next opportunity for more wintry weather moves back in. Coming up in your most trusted forecast a little later.
You're watching Eyewitness News, your home team, with Alexis Carpello, David Greenberg, and Chief Meteorologist Candice King.
Metro Nashville police released surveillance video capturing the moment the RV exploded in downtown Nashville on Christmas morning. Federal officials believe 63-year-old Anthony Quinn Warner blew himself up in the explosion. Human tissue was found amongst the debris left behind. Investigators linking him to the blast through DNA and other evidence. Earlier today, authorities revealing Warner was under investigation. According to public record, he had experience with electronics and alarms and had worked as a computer consultant for a realtor. Federal officials say Quinn appears to have acted alone in that bombing that damaged more than 40 buildings and injured at least 3 people.
Now, your first warned weather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Candice King.
Things are a little more quiet for us this evening as we had that burst of snow come through earlier in the evening, adding about a ½ inch to an inch of snow on the ground, but that system now moving out. We've got a couple of breaks in some of the cloud cover, but another weak disturbance kind of rotating in on the backside of that low up just southeast of the Twin Cities. That will continue to work in here as we go through this evening. So that'll keep some of the cloud cover around, but any accumulating snow is done. We might just see a few flurries or two here over the next couple of hours. A live look with our Mercial SkyTrack camera now out to over downtown Rockford. You've got the Jefferson Street Bridge. When the snow came down, we did see that accumulate on some surfaces, so that could actually cause some slick conditions not only later tonight but also through the morning tomorrow, because our temperatures are falling below freezing and they'll stay just a smidge below that freezing mark for tomorrow afternoon. So getting up early tomorrow, heading out on the roads, you might run into some problems on some of the bridges and overpasses and some of those lesser traveled roads. So just be mindful, there could be a couple of slick spots there tomorrow morning. As far as our temperatures are concerned, we're at 28 in Freeport, 33 in Rockford, 30 in Rochelle. Notice the wind chill numbers though falling back into the teens. The wind has picked up now that that system has passed, coming in from the northwest, pushing that wind chill factor in the teens, and our overnight low tonight down to about 21 degrees. It is going to be a little windy and colder tomorrow afternoon. We made it to 46 degrees today. Tomorrow temperatures will fall shy of that 30-degree mark, although there might be a couple of spots that make it up to 30 degrees. The good news for tomorrow though, we will see a little more sunshine. Now that that system is out, there are two more we're keeping an eye on. One for Tuesday night into Wednesday, and then another one Thursday night into Friday, both of which could bring some sleet and freezing rain with the potential for some accumulating snow and then even some rain showers. So let's kind of time over these next couple of days, because it does get a little messy as we see more impactful weather come in by mid to late week. We've got some clouds to start off tomorrow, but as high pressure builds in, we'll see more sunshine as we head through the afternoon. No problems tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening. A little sun early Tuesday, but the cloud cover comes in. It's going to be a cold start Tuesday morning. Temperatures will be slow to climb during the afternoon. As we head into Tuesday evening, our temperatures are going to be cold enough as we get that moisture to come in to likely see some snow. And this could very well be some accumulating snowfall as we head into Tuesday late evening into the early overnight. But as our temperatures begin to warm up, that's when we might start to see some of that wintry weather. And the reason for this, we've got two low pressure systems, one coming in from the north and our next one coming in from the southwest, both of those impacting us here this week. So this is kind of what it looks like heading into Tuesday night. Once we get into the overnight hours, that's when we could see a little more of the wintry weather, that sleet, the freezing rain. So this could very well have an impact to Wednesday morning. Then it looks like we'll be warm enough to switch over briefly to some rain on Wednesday before a cold front comes in, and we could get some snow showers on the backside of that towards Wednesday evening before drying out at least for the first half of the day on Thursday. Then that second low pressure system comes in. This one works in from the south, coming up from southern Illinois late Thursday night. Again, could get some sleet and freezing rain with that, and then potentially a rain-snow mix, kind of depending on the track of that heading into New Year's Day. So those are the two time frames that we're kind of keeping an eye on. Things then will look a little bit more quiet as we head into the upcoming weekend. So from 21 tonight to 28 tomorrow, 30, that's late on Tuesday, close to 40 degrees on Wednesday, but we do see that drop coming in for Thursday. Temperatures stay in the 20s and will stay close to the freezing mark Friday. So that's our next system to keep an eye on. Temperatures then stay in the low 30s, Alexis, as we head into the first weekend of the new year.
Chicago Bears were in Jacksonville taking on the Jaguars this afternoon. No James Robinson for the Jags as he's recovering from a nagging ankle injury. Bears led 13-10 at halftime, letting the Jaguars hang around. But second half was a different story. Bears just outside the 5. Mitchell Trubisky rolling right, can't find anything. So he'll take off and easily make his way in for the score. Bears up 20-10. Later in the third, David Montgomery gets the handoff and nicely stays up and into the end zone. Bears up 27-10. How about another? Here's Trubisky dropping back, firing over to Jimmy Graham for his second touchdown of the day. The Bears take care of business and handle the Jaguars 41-17. Win next week, and they're in the playoffs.
In these type of games, just proud of our players for understanding where we sat going into today's game and what's sitting ahead of us. And so we've talked about it all week long. Our guys responded, they listened, and they're coachable, and you love that as a coach.
All right, so here are the updated playoff standings. Seeds 4 through 7. Bears are in the final 7th seed. They have the same record as the Cardinals, but the Bears hold the tiebreaker due to divisional record. I know it's a little confusing. So scenario 1 that the Bears get in, they beat the Packers next week. Then it doesn't matter. They're in regardless. Scenario 2, the Bears lose to the Packers next week, but the Cardinals lose their matchup to the Rams. Now, let's take a look at the number 1 seed in the NFL, the Green Bay Packers, as I mentioned. They're taking on the Titans right now on Sunday Night Football. Most important thing to know about tonight's game, earlier today, Patrick Mahomes had a relatively mediocre outing. If Aaron Rodgers has a big night tonight, I could very much see him locking up the 3rd MVP of his career. And at halftime, Rodgers had 3 touchdown passes. Not a bad start to the Packers' lead. I didn't get a chance to show Fred VanVleet's highlights last night, so I wanted to make sure I got them in tonight. Fred went off for 27 points and 9 assists despite the Raptors' 119-114 loss to the Spurs. Here's Fred reacting to his team's loss despite his strong performance.
I think we gotta guard our guys a little bit better individually. We gotta make multiple efforts, make more slides, and just figure it out. It's not rocket science.
The NIU Huskies may have landed their starting quarterback for next season in Michigan State transfer Rocky Lombardi. I've seen Rocky play a lot as a recent grad, and I think a change of scenery will do a lot of good for him. He had 1,090 passing yards, 8 touchdowns, and 9 interceptions in 6 games in 2020. That's it for sports. We'll be right back.
First Warn interactive radar is going to show up here in just a quick second. There you go. We had the snow come down earlier this evening. Now we're starting to see some of that clear out, and our skies are turning mostly cloudy. Our interactive radar brought to us by Rockford Auto Glass and more. Temperatures here as we go through the night tonight will fall into the low 20s. Winds are picking up too from the northwest. We might still see a flurry or two here as we go through the remainder of this evening. 28 for tomorrow, a return of sunshine. We start off dry for the first half of the day on Tuesday, but Tuesday into Wednesday, Thursday into Friday, those are 2 storm systems that we're keeping an eye on, both of which will have impactful weather for us Wednesday morning and then again Friday morning. As far as some sleet and freezing rain potential is concerned, temperatures will cool off into the 30s later this week.
Thanks, Candice. That's our show. Thanks for joining us. Have a great night.